Hey there you guys, this is Load Gaming here, and today we're going to be looking at our video games bad for you. Now, I did a lot of research on this. I did actually a couple hours of research in one day on this in school, and I actually got in trouble for it, so hopefully this gets some pretty good feedback. You guys can always leave your comments in the link down below and all that, and just make sure to like the video and subscribe. Unlike it if you didn't enjoy it. Tells me what to do with my YouTube channel. So we're going to get right into it. So a lot of parents nowadays, they think the video games are like really bad for their kids because most kids, they just stare at video games 24/7. I mean, yeah, I get that. Video games are addicting. But it's usually a parent's fault because parents, you have that ability to tell your kids when to stop playing video games. So that's all up to you anyway. So I don't understand why people think of that addiction to video games so bad unless you're like an adult. So yeah, addiction is like one of the main things that whenever you watch a video, like this is coming from a gamer standpoint, so obviously I'm going to be like, yeah, video games are amazing, but they still can be bad for you in some ways, so addiction is one of those ways. Now, addiction isn't really a set problem with video games. Like, addiction is sort of like that thing that if you take it too far, it's going to get bad, but at first it's not really the worst thing that's going to happen to you in a video game standpoint. So video addiction is kind of like out on the side for me because a lot of people, you shouldn't be addicted to video games anyway. If you're playing video games for like 16 hours straight, that's probably a red flag. But there are some actually serious like hazards when it comes to video games. So if you guys ever play video games like Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, or Battlefield, they'll actually have warnings in the beginning of their video games, and it'll be a label. It'll say, warning, this video game contains like graphic stuff, like everyone understands that. That's not the hazard, but it says flashing images and I don't know what else it is. It's like flashing images and fast action. And basically what happens is if you're like photosensitive, or if you have epilepsy, you can have seizures during video games. So like if you have ever been flashbanged in Black Ops 3, which I know a lot of people have, you go blind for like 30 seconds. And even I have gotten dizzy after seeing that kind of stuff. And you're kind of like, whoa, this kind of hurt my eyes. Well, people with epilepsy and photographic disorders, they can actually have seizures while playing these games. So if you have epilepsy, like a bad form of epilepsy, I would honestly like just stay away from all the flashy games where you're like shooting guns and then all of a sudden your screen goes white for like 5 minutes. I know that's kind of like a exaggeration, but yeah, I mean, like that's scary when like you see people who have had like seizures while playing video games because basically they just have like epilepsy or some like disorder and they just didn't know about it. But parents, you guys can use this against your kids. I know that's what a lot of people will do. And kids, same with your parents, you can use this against your parents. So basically the only real problem with it is just if you have like disorders. Addiction, of course, like I said before, that's a problem, but it can be fixed, especially if you're just a kid. Your parents have so much more control over that than you do. So yeah, just don't let the video games become too serious for you. That's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let the rest of this video play. This is some Battlefield Hardline video. These were just some highlights. A lot of the highlights are already through, but this is some that are left over. Remember, guys, leave some comments, like the video, unlike the video if you didn't enjoy it. Tells me what to do with my channel, and I know how to adapt to what my audience wants. And if you guys really enjoy it, just subscribe. I do these kind of videos all the time, and they're fun to me, and I want to really build this channel around video games and video game news. So I just want to thank you guys for that, and I will all see you guys in the next one.